What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we're going to be doing a massive summary of everything we have seen from the crazy Giga Terra leak, whatever you want to call it, from Pokemon and Game Freak here. Because there's so much to talk about, and I'm sure you've seen the previous videos, but there is a lot you probably have missed just because there is so much content, and of course there is more and more content releasing. Of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So Centro has a very nice list of all the information here. So let's talk about the video games first. Pokemon Legends ZA, originally planned to release in 2024, will have a Mega Zygarde and Zeraora. To give context to that, that was something they wanted to do, but you know, we actually haven't seen them or have any code on that. So, you know, not definitive, but they did say they wanted to have those megas, and it's currently in development for the regular Switch. We already knew that, so nothing too crazy on ZA. Pokemon Gaia is the code name for Generation 10. There are two versions, which is called N and K. These are Japanese names. People are thinking it might actually stand for the Japanese words for wave and win. And because the main theme of this seems to be island exploring in the archipelago. And people are thinking it's actually, instead of Italy, it's going to be based off of Greece, which should actually be really cool. I would love to see like an open world game that features a bunch of little islands. You get to sail around them. I think that could be a really cool experience. So I'll be super excited to see how Pokemon Gaia, aka Generation 10, comes out. It is in development for Switch 2, but there is a version for the Switch 1 that is being tested. We don't know if it's still, like, if it is even releasing on the Switch 1, but it makes sense that they would test it on both just to see how well it would run on Switch 1. And if it ran good, you know, or well, they would put it out there, but we don't know what the conclusions of that test were. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I do want to mention another thing over here. The actual leaker here, consider Pokemon Legends ZA in late beta. The main storyline is done. Very few placeholder art in the very last mission of the main storyline. Already good work of English translators, enough to be played in English. Around 50% of the side quests not working or not finished. Machine translated placeholder attacks. But this is the guy who's actually leaked everything, and this is from his Discord. So he has already played it, and he says it's actually his personal favorite Pokemon game. Who actually knows? But we know like he is leaking everything. He just says he's not going to be leaking Pokemon Gaia Gen 10 or Pokemon Legends ZA outside of just like random messages he is posting. So there is now another Pokemon game. Pokemon Synapse is a code name. It is a new multiplayer Pokemon game. It is being made between Game Freak and ILCA. Has been described as Splatoon-like, so we don't know what that means. Is it going to be like a third-person shooter? But honestly, I saw other leaks that was saying this is more like a battle simulator, maybe. So we're going to have to wait and see, but it is confirmed to not be an MMO. So there is no Pokemon MMO, but there is going to be some sort of Pokemon multiplayer game releasing. We don't know if this game is still in development or not, or if it's even canceled. We'll just have to wait and see. Now for TV and film, there is a movie 24. It has been in development hell since 2021, and we don't know if it's even ever coming out. Will be a fresh start of the movie universe of a new pro tag set in Kanto. Only the original 151 will appear. Main mythical of the movie will be Mew, and it'll be directed by Koben Shizuno. So this is actually the key art for this movie. As you can see, there is like a bunch of different Pokemon. Looks like there's actually like Woobats here, so that is fairly interesting. But you know, also whatever this thing in the bottom here is, looks like a brand new Pokemon or something. So who knows? But it's just some sort of key art. Doesn't necessarily mean anything at the end of the day. There is Project Reload, a new original Pokemon TV anime, 12 episodes, so an actual like short anime season, like a proper anime season, not something that would run on forever like the typical Pokemon show. In development since 2022. We still don't know what the current status of that is, but that's relatively new. It's only in development for 2 years. There is a sequel to The Great Detective Pikachu, has been in the works since 2021. We don't know if it's canceled or not. And then there's another project that is a Netflix live action show called Project Discovery. 8 episodes for the first season. Could go up to 5 seasons if they, you know, if it does well, and there's no other details on that. So that's what we know in general, but there is the awesome images we want to see. So for those who have not seen this, these are the Generation 3 beta sprites, and every Pokemon from Generation 3, whether it was their, you know, pretty much all these Pokemon don't exist, or they turn into a Pokemon that does exist. Like, obviously this guy is Claydol here, but you know, look at Flygon there, but obviously, what is this? This is like a lost cast form dude. So there's like a bunch of these guys just hanging out. A lot of beautiful sprite work. I think it's sick. The big standout for me was the Blaziken Latias. That was like one Pokemon as well. Another big standout was these were the original Gen 3 starters. There was no such thing as Mudkip, so we had this Water Bunny instead. Trico was virtually the same. Torchic, a little bit changed. But honestly, this is really cool, and you want to check out a full, more detailed version of my thoughts on every single one of these Pokemon, check out my Gen 3 beta sprites video for sure. Now, we also have Gen 4 beta sprites, and we haven't gone over these in a hot minute, but these are very interesting. I think the most interesting one to me would be this one up here, the Licky Licky. This Licky Licky is very cool. It's completely different than what it actually we got. So that's really neat. And also this Rotom, which sort of looks like a bidet or like a top-loaded like washer. I would like to say it's a bidet, though. It's pretty funny in general. But those were the two really interesting ones from here. Oh, and also they had the team leaders down here who are looking rather risque in general. So that was pretty interesting from the Gen 4 beta sprites. And then the Gen 5 beta sprites was super interesting. We had two unreleased Pokemon over here, which is really sick. We're probably never going to be getting them. And we also got the Gen 5 beta artwork, which is really interesting stuff here. It's very funny just how like MS Paint this all looks at the end of the day. Very great stuff in general. And then we actually have this nice little video of more black and white proto images. So they were using the Diamond and Pearl engine. But yeah, you can see the two Pokemon fully animated. They were real. Really sick stuff. And honestly, this water dude is very cute. I would hope we would get it in some way, shape, or form in the future, but probably not. But yeah, very cool. The free cam movement as well. You get the back sprites as well. So very cool stuff right here. There's also a couple other Pokemon. This was a never released Gen 5 Pokemon line. Sort of looks like the Mudkip line in some degree, but with a shell. Very interesting. This potentially could have been the starter for Gen 5 as well, but we don't know that for a fact. And there's also a beta Tympole, so the first time we've ever seen the Tympole line. Very interesting as well. So there is a lot of info, but that's pretty much all we have right now. So in short, we're not going to be getting a lot of Gen 10 and Pokemon Legends ZA stuff, but there is some decent info on that. Gen 3 beta sprites is probably the biggest find overall. The Gen 5 and Gen 4 sprites are pretty cool too. And, you know, there's more and more stuff. So keep it tuned to this channel. Whenever there's some big stuff coming, we will definitely cover it. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out and have a great one.